Okay, you were called in for that interview. Now you're like, oh my goodness, what do I need to know how to do? Okay, let's conquer this. First off, I want you to take that job posting and I want you to line item by line item take notes and have stories that you are prepared to discuss that demonstrate that you have done everything that they're asking for in this job posting and you know your result. You know the impact of what you've done. So you're not just stating that you're good at something, you're demonstrating it and you're giving examples of it. You're much more likely to be able to convince somebody that you can do something if you give an example of a time you've done it in the past. Okay? Do the same thing for your resume. Know your resume backwards and forwards so that you're able to talk about anything on your resume and also be able to answer those two questions of tell me about yourself and walk me through your resume, okay, in a succinct fashion. Okay. Next thing I want you to do is I want you to research that company, right? Like your life depends on it. This is an amazing way of making you stand out amongst all the other people that are applying for the job, demonstrating your knowledge of the company, their history, their market, their competitors, if have they been in the news, knowing about the people that you're interviewing with. Yeah, all of this is going to really impress them. I have a great video about this and I'll pin it at the end of this one so that you can prepare and do the research that you need to know for this interview. Okay. Next thing is in practicing those stories, make sure that your stories are relevant to the job you're applying for and that they allow the interviewer to see you in the position. Yeah. So if they can't see you doing this job, they're not going to hire you for this job. So, for example, if you are a teacher and they're asking you to talk about a time that you had a challenge with a team member, a coworker, a colleague, somebody else, and you talk about a discipline problem with a student, that's not going to be seen in the light that they're looking for. So, I would rather you talk about a conflict that you had with a parent. Come on, plenty of them, right? A conflict with a parent, with another teacher, with administration, and always tie it up with a bow, right? Showcase the efforts that you took to positively resolve that and have a positive conclusion at the end. Okay. So if your conclusion to the story is we had to bring in HR, we had to go to the principal, and you were unable to solve the problem on your own, look for a better story. Okay, you want something showcasing your ability to handle all these things. So we're working on knowing the job posting. We're working on knowing your resume. We're working on your stories. Next, I want you to practice out loud. As uncomfortable as that's going to be, I want you to practice out loud. And to make it even worse, I want you to record yourself. Yep, I know. We hate listening to our own voices. But when you watch the recording of yourself answering the questions, you will be able to see if you're really answering the questions. You'll be able to see if you ramble. You'll be able to see your body language as you're answering the questions, and you'll be able to improve. And that's the reason to do this, right? Is to improve in your interviewing skills so that you land the job, right? We don't want to stay stagnated. I want you to get the jobs. Oh, and the other really great way to get those jobs is to work with me. Schedule a free 45-minute discovery call to talk about how I can help you to be successful in your job search. I hope you have a super productive week. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Always remember you're a warrior. I'll catch you next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.